Hello and welcome to Senior Health, the place where experience meets wisdom and where your best years are still ahead of you. Let me start with a sobering truth. 85% of people will not make it to their 82nd birthday. That's not a statistic pulled from the headlines, it's the harsh reality confirmed by multiple global health reports. But here's what may surprise you. This early decline isn't due to bad genetics or pure bad luck. In fact, most of it is caused by small, daily mistakes that go unnoticed, the kind that quietly chip away at your health one choice at a time. You've likely worked hard, raised families, and overcome countless challenges. So why should your final decades be compromised by issues that are entirely avoidable? Today, we're going to expose 5 of the most common mistakes that millions of older adults make, and more importantly, how to fix them before it's too late. This might be the most important video you watch all year. The first mistake quietly shortening lives is one most people don't even realize they're making: ignoring poor sleep quality. It's easy to blame occasional fatigue on age, or to accept waking up tired as just part of getting older. But according to research from the National Institute on Aging, sleep isn't just a luxury, it's a biological necessity that governs nearly every aspect of your health. Dr. Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist at UC Berkeley and author of Why We Sleep, explains that consistent poor sleep is linked to heart disease, stroke, memory loss, weakened immunity, and even shorter life expectancy. In fact, one study published in Nature Communications found that people over 65 who sleep fewer than 6 hours a night have a 33% higher risk of dying prematurely compared to those who get at least 7. But it's not just about the number of hours, it's the quality of sleep that counts. Shallow, fragmented sleep fails to give your body the deep restoration it needs to repair cells, consolidate memory, and regulate blood pressure. And here's the catch. Many older adults have undiagnosed sleep disorders like sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops during sleep, starving the brain of oxygen. The consequences? You might feel okay during the day, maybe just a little foggy. But inside, your brain and cardiovascular system are under silent stress day after day. Left untreated, it accelerates aging. The good news? This is fixable. A simple sleep assessment from a primary care physician or sleep specialist can uncover hidden problems. Small changes, like cutting caffeine after noon, reducing screen time at night, and maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, can drastically improve both how you feel and how long you live. In short, if you want to stay sharp, mobile, and independent well into your 80s and 90s, sleep is not optional. It's your body's master switch for healing. The second mistake quietly cutting lives short is this: assuming that joint pain is just normal aging and doing nothing about it. Sure, a little stiffness in the morning or some aches after a walk might not seem like a big deal. But here's what most people don't realize. Chronic joint pain is often a symptom of low-grade inflammation, and inflammation is a major contributor to serious conditions like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. According to the Arthritis Foundation, over 50 million adults in the U.S. live with arthritis, and it's not just a matter of creaky knees. Dr. David Felsen, a rheumatologist at Boston University, warns that untreated joint degeneration can reduce physical activity, increase insulin resistance, and set off a dangerous domino effect of declining health. Let's take an example. Mild knee pain discourages you from walking regularly. Less walking weakens the muscles that support your joints, which leads to more pain and instability. Over time, you gain weight, lose balance, and become more vulnerable to falls, the leading cause of injury-related death in seniors. All this can begin from something as seemingly harmless as ignoring a little arthritis. And here's the kicker. Many seniors reach for over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen, thinking they're managing it. But long-term use can harm your kidneys and gut, and never addresses the root issue: inflammation. What actually works? Lifestyle interventions. Recent studies at the Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic show that anti-inflammatory diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids, from foods like salmon and flaxseed, turmeric, ginger, and leafy greens can help reduce joint pain naturally. Physical therapy, strength training, and even low-impact exercise like Tai Chi or swimming have all been proven to improve joint function and reduce pain without side effects. Bottom line, joint pain isn't just about joints. It's a warning light on your body's dashboard. Ignoring it doesn't make you tough, it just robs you of quality years. The third mistake may surprise you, and it's not physical. It's underestimating the toll of loneliness and social isolation. Many older adults believe that slowing down socially is just a natural part of aging. The kids move out, friends pass away, retirement reduces daily interactions. But what starts as quiet evenings and alone time can slowly morph into something far more dangerous: chronic isolation, which scientists now link to a significantly shorter lifespan. In fact, a landmark study from Brigham Young University found that loneliness is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Even more alarming, research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association in 2022 revealed that socially isolated seniors had a 27% higher risk of heart disease and a 32% higher risk of stroke. Because human connection isn't just emotionally uplifting, it triggers biological processes that protect your body. When you're socially engaged, your brain releases oxytocin, which reduces stress, inflammation, and even blood pressure. But in the absence of connection, cortisol levels rise, immune function weakens, and inflammation increases, creating the perfect storm for disease. Cognitive health also suffers. According to the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, loneliness significantly increases the risk of dementia in older adults. The brain, like a muscle, needs regular stimulation, and conversations, laughter, and shared experiences are some of the best workouts it can get. But here's the hopeful part: it doesn't take a massive social circle to reverse the damage. A weekly lunch with a neighbor, a phone call with a sibling, joining a walking group, or volunteering just a few hours a week can dramatically improve both mood and longevity. Some doctors, like Dr. Vivek Murthy, the U.S. Surgeon General, have gone so far as to call loneliness a public health epidemic. And like any epidemic, it can be treated. So, don't make the mistake of isolating yourself. Human connection isn't a luxury. It's a medical necessity. The fourth mistake that silently shortens lives is following outdated or generic dietary advice instead of adapting nutrition to aging-specific needs. For years, we were told that simply eating a balanced diet, with a little less salt, a little more veggies, was enough. But aging bodies don't process food the same way they did at 30 or 40. Nutrient absorption declines. Muscle mass naturally decreases. Bone density drops. And yet, many older adults continue eating like they're still middle-aged, often without realizing that this nutritional mismatch is fueling fatigue, illness, and faster aging. Dr. Walter Willett of the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health has emphasized in multiple studies that older adults need higher protein intake, more calcium and vitamin D, and targeted antioxidants to protect against age-related degeneration. But many seniors still skip meals, eat convenience foods, or follow low-fat diets that are no longer appropriate for their stage of life. Let's take protein, for example. After age 60, your body becomes less efficient at synthesizing protein, meaning you need more, not less, to maintain muscle strength. Without it, sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle, sets in quickly, leading to weakness, frailty, and falls. Calcium and vitamin D are other critical players. The National Osteoporosis Foundation reports that more than half of Americans over 50 are at risk of bone fractures due to inadequate intake. That's not just about drinking milk, it's about smart supplementation and nutrient-rich whole foods. Then there's the issue of inflammation. Many seniors unknowingly eat foods that promote chronic inflammation, like processed carbs, sugary drinks, and seed oils, which accelerate joint pain, heart disease, and memory problems. Meanwhile, spices like turmeric, cinnamon, and garlic, as well as omega-3 rich foods like sardines and walnuts, can actually reverse inflammatory damage when included consistently. The key takeaway? You can't rely on generic food pyramids or one-size-fits-all plans. Nutrition after 65 is a strategic tool, not a casual choice. Your daily meals either push you toward health or pull you away from it. The fifth and final mistake that cuts lives short, often suddenly, is failing to plan for fall prevention. Falls are not just accidents. They are predictable, preventable medical emergencies, and yet they remain the leading cause of injury-related death in people over 65, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Each year, over 36 million older adults fall, and more than 32,000 die as a direct result. But here's the scary part. Most falls don't happen because someone is clumsy. They happen because small risks go unnoticed. A slightly loose rug, poor nighttime lighting, weak ankle muscles, a missed dose of a blood pressure pill. These minor oversights can become major tragedies in a matter of seconds. Take Dorothy Chen, a healthy 72-year-old retired school principal. She exercised, ate well, and never smoked. But one morning she slipped on a wet porch step. That single fall led to a fractured hip, which spiraled into surgery, hospital-acquired pneumonia, and nearly a year of recovery. Dorothy survived, but she never fully regained her independence. This isn't rare. It's a pattern. Dr. Alicia Arbage, a geriatric specialist at Johns Hopkins Medicine, warns that a fall after age 70 increases the likelihood of long-term institutional care by more than 50%. The body simply doesn't bounce back the same way, unless you proactively build resilience before a fall happens. The good news? Fall prevention is incredibly effective when taken seriously. Vision checks, home safety assessments, balance exercises like Tai Chi, and strength training can reduce the risk by up to 40%. The National Council on Aging even offers free evidence-based programs that teach seniors how to stay upright and stay home. Even medications matter. Blood pressure drugs, sleep aids, or antidepressants can cause dizziness or delayed reaction time. That's why regular medication reviews with a pharmacist or geriatrician are essential. Don't leave your life to chance. Falls are not random. They're a warning sign and a test of how well you've prepared. Now that we've uncovered the 5 mistakes, let's take a moment to pull it all together, because awareness alone isn't enough. What you do next can rewrite your future. Let's recap. You now know that poor sleep quality doesn't just make you tired, it increases your risk of heart disease, dementia, and early death. That ignoring joint pain speeds up inflammation, mobility loss, and eventually, total dependence. That social isolation is as damaging as smoking and can quietly erode your mental and physical well-being. That outdated eating habits fail to give your aging body what it needs, making every system in your body work harder just to survive. And that failing to plan for falls can turn a single slip into a permanent loss of independence. Here's the encouraging part. All 5 of these mistakes are fixable. None of them require expensive treatments or extreme lifestyle overhauls. What they demand is attention and intention. Think of this like standing at a fork in the road. One path leads to more fatigue, more pills, more doctor visits, and fewer good years. The other leads to sharper thinking, stronger movement, deeper relationships, and extra years you actually enjoy living. It's never too late. In fact, studies consistently show that people who make small lifestyle changes even in their 70s and 80s, better sleep hygiene, modest exercise, anti-inflammatory meals, see meaningful improvements in health outcomes within just months. So if any of these 5 mistakes felt uncomfortably familiar, good. That means you're paying attention. And that also means you have the power, starting today, to change the ending of your story. So, where do you go from here? Let's get practical. Here's a simple, science-backed 3-step action plan that you can begin today to correct these 5 deadly mistakes and extend both the length and quality of your life. Step 1. Audit your habits. Spend one quiet morning or evening doing a quick, honest self-check. How's your sleep? Do you wake up refreshed or groggy? Are you relying on painkillers instead of addressing joint stiffness? When's the last time you had a meaningful conversation or laughed with someone? What does your typical plate of food look like? Are there hazards in your home that could cause a fall? Don't judge yourself, just observe. Write it down. You can't change what you haven't identified. Step 2. Fix just one thing this week. You don't need to overhaul your life in a day. Start with one small, manageable change. For example, replace your nightly TV snack with a handful of walnuts and turmeric tea. Commit to a consistent bedtime for 7 days in a row. Call a friend or family member you haven't spoken to in a while. Remove one tripping hazard from your home, like a rug or cluttered hallway. Add a 10-minute stretch or chair yoga routine in the morning. Small shifts lead to big gains when they're consistent. In fact, Stanford University research confirms that micro-habits, tiny changes done daily, have a much higher success rate than extreme resolutions. Step 3. Share what you're doing with someone. Whether it's a spouse, a neighbor, a friend, or even a caregiver, tell someone what you're working on. Accountability turns effort into routine, and your decision to live better might just inspire someone else to do the same. You deserve a body that supports your independence. You deserve a brain that stays sharp. You deserve time, good, meaningful time. This action plan is your first step toward reclaiming it. Let's close with this. Your longevity isn't written in stone. It's shaped by the choices you make starting now. Too many people believe that aging is just a downhill slide, where you slowly surrender your energy, your memory, your independence. But that's outdated thinking, and science proves otherwise. In fact, researchers at Harvard Medical School, Blue Zones, and the National Institute on Aging have shown time and again that lifestyle trumps genetics when it comes to how long and how well you live. What does that mean for you? It means that by recognizing and correcting the 5 common mistakes we've discussed, poor sleep, untreated joint pain, isolation, outdated nutrition, and fall risk, you can add years to your life, and even more importantly, life to your years. Remember Dorothy Chin? After her fall, she didn't give up. With physical therapy, a revamped anti-inflammatory diet, and a strong support system, she rebuilt her strength. Today, at 75, she volunteers at her local senior center, teaches Tai Chi on weekends, and says she feels more alive now than at 65. You could be next. Let this video be more than just information. Let it be a turning point. Rewatch it. Share it with someone you care about. Most of all, take action. Your best years might not be behind you. They might be waiting, just one decision away. Thank you for watching Senior Health. If this helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because your health story matters, and we're here to help you write the next great chapter.